By the usual suspects. Sir, introduce yourself.
Hello, it's Kanoshi Abominito, and that was that Claire Expedition 33. I don't know if you've been following that. That game
Yeah,
was
it's
pretty.
uses a time to attack type of uh, attack model, kind of like Paper Mario slash Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, we got inspirations from Final Fantasy and Persona and Paper Mario.
Yeah, like
It
I
looks
like
like
that.
everything's coming together well.
Yeah, I like hearing that. But then I saw the art style. I'm like, this art style is not doing it for me.
I don't like the art style.
The art style is like, good God, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll still get it when it comes out because I like supporting
New developers.
yeah, yeah, and I like different games. Like everyone always wants to have, oh, it's the same thing. It's like, look, anyone taking risks and doing different things, I'm happy about. But good God, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But enough about that. Here's the thing I saw that made me go, good God, good golly, Miss Molly. There was some chatter that there was going to be an Elder Scrolls 4 remaster, and there is, and it dropped yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it turns out that was the truth. Now I've seen some YouTubers and content creators that I respect make this game, play this game, and I'm like, oh, so even in Unreal 5, I think it's made in Unreal 5, it's still, Elder Scrolls is still an ugly fucking game. Elder Scrolls 4 is still an ugly
Yeah,
game.
that game does not. That game does not. I don't. I don't get the appeal though. Like aside from the mods, like I don't get the appeal
Of the
of
Elder
those
Scrolls
games.
games.
They
Well,
they look so boring to me. Every time I watch somebody play them,
yeah.
I just want to. It's like watching golf. You just want to take a nap.
Yeah, well, I'll keep it 100% with you. The Unreal game is so polished, like the you putting it in Unreal made it so polished that the jagged edges are glaring, like it's glaringly obvious that this game is not great looking. Um, like I prefer the old version of that game, and I'm looking forward more to the fan made Sky Oblivion, where they're
Yeah,
taking the Oblivion game and just translating it into it's a translation of that game with new assets, like entirely new areas made, done by modders. Like I that's more interesting to me than the remake. Now, will I get the remake? Sure. Yeah, I'll get the remaster. Cuz I like the first Elder Scrolls game I played on a console was Oblivion on the PS3.
yeah,
And that game, ironically enough, that game actually ran okay on the PS3. Now, Fallout, the original Fallout and Skyrim, oh shit, that game ran so poorly on my PlayStation 3. That's the first game that I played through like 3 quests, beat it, beat the main story where you face off against what's his name, uh, the world all doing, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I returned that shit to I returned that shit to GameStop and got my money back.
yeah. That game, that Skyrim was such a like it was such a buggy piece of shit, and it's still won Game of the Year that year. It's
Yeah,
just like the hell.
because it was a big game that had a lot of content. The problem with Bethesda is that they kind of just default to doing the same thing over and over again. Like the first Elder Scrolls had a massive world for you to explore. Like you were exploring an entire empire with all of its provinces and other areas too. Then you get Elder Scrolls 2, where they condensed it down to an area the size of England, the UK, which is still pretty goddamn big because it was like it was to scale. you know. And then Morrowind was another land that was even smaller, like a two islands. Okay, but still pretty big. And then Oblivion is supposed to be the capital. Oblivion takes place in the most sophisticated man-made city in that universe. And like it got even smaller. And then Skyrim's embarrassing because Skyrim is like the Solitude, which is supposed to be like the capital of Skyrim. It's supposed to be the seat of governing power, has like 8 houses.
Oh, jeez.
8 houses and 30 people living there, which means potentially 12 to 15 people are homeless.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the problem with Bethesda is that they have a their vision outseeds their reach. Like what they want to do versus what they can actually do are two completely different things.
Yeah, it's the limitations of technology, confidence, and willingness to actually put in the effort. Because it's like have you ever had like a big idea, a grandiose project,
Yeah.
and then when you get started, you're like,
I can't do this. Yeah. Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? Go and look at someone play Daggerfall. Daggerfall, literally, if you have like 200 residents in a city, there's 200 beds for those people to sleep in.
Daggerfall is wild. I've seen somebody play it. Like
Yeah.
the
Now,
amount of things happening in that game, and that game came out 20, 30 years ago. Like,
well, Daggerfall came out in 98, so
about 20 years.
About almost 30 years ago. Almost 30 years ago. Almost 30 years ago, yeah. Closer to 30 than 20. So what I'm saying is that Bethesda in what game design has become streamlining, where I'm streamlining this. You're stripping out features in order to make the project more shippable.
Daggerfall had procedural generation.
Yeah, it did, which means you could go into dungeons, into not the handcrafted dungeon, but the procedurally generated dungeons, and you couldn't complete it because the thing that you had to get would spawn in a room that had no doors to get to. Like it would spawn in a room that didn't attach to any other cell in the dungeon. So that's why the cheat console came about. So you would warp to the quest objective, pick it up, and then warp back to the entrance. And then that's how, So I mean, it was a buggy piece of shit too, but you could understand why it was a buggy piece of shit versus now. It's like Bethesda, like typically speaking, you're supposed to learn over time. Bethesda has not learned over time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, it just gets worse with every iteration.
But yeah. I mean, I've seen people running. Like it's obviously, it's doing very well on Steam right now.
Yeah.
But I'm just one of those people, man. I just don't get it. This doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, the thing that I like
about you love it, that's fine.
Well, the thing I like about Oblivion is that Oblivion has a conceit that is actually a pretty nice plot hook. See, in most fantastical RPGs, you're the savior of the world. You're the hero. In Oblivion, you are the sidekick to the hero.
Yeah.
You are not the main character saving the world. Now, you in your own right go and do a lot of amazing shit, but you're not the main character who saves the world in that game. The Emperor's wayward son is the one who saves the world. You're just the guy who helps him. You're his sidekick. And I think that's a very interesting conceit. I wish more games did that, where it was like, oh yeah, it's a fantastical game and you're the savior of the game, but you're just the sidekick. Yeah. You're the Jack Burton to Martin Septim's Wong. because Trouble in Little Tokyo, Trouble in Chinatown, Showdown in Chinatown. That movie with Kurt Russell. That movie is Jack Burton, like Kurt Russell's character. He's the sidekick. He doesn't get it, but he's totally the fucking sidekick. He's not the main character. It's amazing. I'm like, it's secretly brilliant to make a movie where, because in other movies, like the Asian guy would be the sidekick to the white guy. It's flipped. Like the movie is done from the point of view of the sidekick, but he doesn't know he's the sidekick.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he's the guy, like he's the one who fucks up the plan. He gets kidnapped. He has to get rescued. Like he's not the main character. It's brilliant. It's like, my God, you actually made, like, John Carpenter made a movie where the main character, like the entire movie is done from the viewpoint of the sidekick. Like imagine a Batman movie that it's entirely from the point of view of Robin.
Yeah.
It's like, you'd have to be a really good director to do it, but he did it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm happy for people who are enjoying it. But I saw someone show a picture of the DLC that included with it, which is the Shivering Isles DLC and Sheogorath, and I'm like, my God, you looked better in the Luminous engine they used in the old game, because the Unreal Engine version of his head looks weird. I'm like, that doesn't even look like Sheogorath.
Yeah. Unreal Engine is questionable. At least not. I'm not even necessarily blaming the developers. It's just the way Unreal Engine 5 functions.
I think the developers used base assets to make this game. They just translated the game using base assets in the engine. I think had they used some custom assets for a lot of the custom characters, it would have been better. But it is what it is. I haven't gotten the game yet. No, go ahead, sir.
They were probably afraid, like, oh, if we change too much, it's going to pick up.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking more forward to Skyblivion, where people who are fans of the franchise change stuff to keep it lore accurate to the lore of the franchise, versus a one-to-one transition, or as close to one-to-one as they could do using the Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Because Unreal kind of sucks. It's a basic bitch engine. There you go. I said it. Unreal is the premium version of the Unity engine. Okay? There, I said it. Moving on. Sinners review. It's a quick spoiler-free review. Sinners is a film directed by Ryan Coogler, starring Michael B. Jordan, and an ensemble cast, where set in 1931, where twin brothers come back home. They're veterans from World War I. They were up north in Chicago working for Al Capone. They come back home, open up a juke joint, which is basically just a club where black people would go, because clubs in the South were segregated. So, unless you were a performer, you weren't allowed in white clothes. So, the main characters decide to open up a club for black people in this shithole of a town in the deep South. They buy the land from a known KKK leader, whose big plan is to sell them the place and then come in and kill them the day after and get the shit back again. Keep the money, keep the land, and sell it again. Wow. Into this mix is thrown in vampires, and things take a left turn. But the movie is not really about vampires. Vampires are a plot device. The movie is really about the blues and music and culture, and how, like, music has such a effect on the culture, people's culture and history, and how it's passed down from generation to generation. If you're a black person and you know anything about like our history, our culture, it's a very impactful movie. Like I'm someone who's an audiophile, and when I was in high school, I was part of the blues ensemble and jazz ensemble, so I love this shit. Um, uh, but I mean, Ryan Coogler once again shows that he's mastering his craft. Because like there's all these different elements in this film, and almost every single part is an A, and even the parts where he stumbles a bit is like a B plus. So
Yeah.
I'm like, good God, this man! I just want to see where Ryan Coogler is going. He's cementing himself as one of my favorite directors. Enough about that. So I would say this is a must watch if you want to go see a really good movie for adults because it's R rated. Okay, um, and like this is the cinephile coming out in me. Typically speaking, in R rated films that have sex in them, the men initiate the contact, so it's very much geared towards the male's gaze. And Ryan Coogler is able to have a lot of women initiate the gaze, and it's a power move. It's a subconscious power move where the women are like, "Yeah, I want this," and it is very well done. Like like I said, Ryan Coogler. If I taught a film course in a college, I would say watch this movie to learn how to make a film properly. Show, don't tell. Everything that comes in, everything that's shown in the film comes back up later on in the film. And I've noticed that about Ryan Coogler. He always does show, don't tell, and everything that's shown. Like how some directors will show some shit in a movie and it's like a red herring. It never comes back up. Everything that is shown in a Ryan Coogler movie that I've seen thus far has a plot point, a plot hook, and it's important. It's gonna come back. So yeah, Sinners. It's definitely go watch it. And if I had to give it a score, I would give it an A minus, B plus.
Oh, okay.
And this is the second time I've seen it. I'm probably gonna go watch it again tomorrow or maybe next week because it's that fucking good. But anyway, yeah, good movie. Go watch it. Don't bring your kids. This is not a movie for small children. This is not for children. If you were a small child, fuck you. If you're a parent who brought your little kid to go watch this movie, why?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Do you have any general gaming topics you would like to bring up before we wrap things up? Unpopular opinion?
Let's see. If you don't like something, don't buy it. That's. I think that's the top. I think that's how I feel about everything right now. All the complaining and stuff right now. It's like, if you don't like it, buy it. Don't buy it. You're not gonna stop people from who want to buy it. They're gonna buy it anyway. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell people. So I haven't been wouldn't maybe necessarily call cynical. I'm just more on the whole like let's 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 quit beating around the bush uh sort of attitude pertaining to things happening in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
It's like
And people
sitting here,
complaining and gonna buy it anyway.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sitting here wondering why people are shocked by what's happening, and it's not like people weren't telling you 15 so years ago during the 360 PS3 era. But
Yeah, but
what do I know?
people are reaping what they sowed. Like
Mm,
when people chased, I want better graphics. I want better graphics. I want better graphics. I want higher fidelity. I want to see the sweat coming off this person's face instead of I want better, well coded games with better AI. I want more expansive worlds. When you want better graphical fidelity, that means that just on GP, they have to put more energy and more money and more developers into making those assets and bug testing and making sure it's coded properly, which makes the games more expensive to make, which means they have to raise the prices.
Yeah.
They either raise the prices directly, which they finally broke down and starting to do now, or they backdoor it by saying, oh, well, this is the base game. If you want all this extra shit, that's extra money.
I
Selling
mean,
you a
it's not
fucking
full.
expansion with no details on what the expansion is going to have.
Yeah, if you want the full game, cough up another $50 and you'll get the full game. But we'll give you the base game for $60. Because and all the talks that I've heard about Nintendo, and look, I'm not against the grievances people have. I get it. But I haven't heard a single solitary person talk about the fact that throw up their hands and be like, "We warned you 15 years ago, and you guys didn't listen,
Yeah,
and look where we're at.
yeah.
Look where we're at."
It's like I warned people. Everyone's like, "Oh man, 2K with and Rockstar with their fucking GTA games. Man, these microtransactions." I told people when GTA 5 came out, do not play the online because that's gonna make money and they're gonna sink all their fucking resources into the online and you won't get any single player content for GTA 5. And I'll be goddamned if that's what happened. No one listened. They were like, "Oh no, well I like the single player. I want single player content." And then Rockstar, because they were making so much fucking money with the online content, started going after single player people, single player mods that added that content or like made the single player more enticing than the multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck do you want me to say?
Yeah.
But you know,
But the thing is, I mean, I expect a lot of people. This is what happened. This is what's gonna happen with GTA 6. People are gonna people are gonna be all up in arms about it first. At first, they're gonna be all up in arms about it. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, this is the greatest thing ever." And as time slowly goes by, all the ugliness will start to show.
well, we knew it was gonna happen. Like, here's the thing, man. You can only there's an old saying: you can fool some of the people some of the time. You can fool a lot of people a small amount of time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Eventually, a facade has to crumble,
Yeah,
and it's time for that facade to crumble. I mean, I hate to say this. This shit is as prescient as fuck in the real world too. Eventually, shit has to. You can't continue to just do the same shit over and over again. You can't keep on borrowing against the future, hoping you'll never have to pay the price.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Breaking news: the company behind the Wheel of Time series on Amazon is now working on a Wheel of Time open world RPG. I've never been into the Wheel of Time, but I know people who are, so this might be up your alley. Uh, Ironically, it's being developed by the studio that. It's being headed up by the guy who used to be the head of Warner Brothers Games.
And I mean, I tried kind of getting into the wheel time, but it's like
It's daunting
it's, it's super thick.
because
This
it's
is like
14
10 books,
books.
and
Yeah, it's 14
14 books.
books.
Each book is like 600 pages long. It's like, no, I
Yeah.
don't have
I
time
mean, if
for
you
that.
like to read, I mean, I do. Like, I read the first one. I'm like, this is great. But then, like, the first book ends on a fucking cliffhanger, and I'm like, I don't like books, and plus it like has like multiple protagonists and it switches between the viewpoints of the different characters. I don't like books that switch between like if you have two protagonists, okay, I can deal with that. If you got like four or five and you're switching between the viewpoints of four or five people, that is a hard read.
you gotta take notes. You gotta create maps. Like,
I mean,
um,
functionally, to an extent. I mean, it's the reason why Game of Thrones is so hard because you're switching between the viewpoints of like 5, 6 different people per book, and then
I
the
watched a
cast
video
gets
game.
bigger as you go along until someone dies, and a lot of
It
people
works
die.
a
So
lot
that
better.
it gets that list of protagonists gets parsed down quickly.
It works a lot better in video games and movies.
It's not good in video games either. Cause then, like, okay, let's say you're playing an RPG where you have multiple RPG parties, and I mean Final Fantasy VI does this, where it's like, okay, you got to split the party into three different tasks, right? So you spent time leveling up these people, but these other two people weren't leveling up, so now you got to go to an underlevel party. It's like fuck.
I think,
I got to
yeah,
spend time grinding.
I think it probably works better if each character affected in some way, shape, or form what the other characters were doing, so you don't
Mm-hmm.
end up getting lost in the sauce. It's like but then you have characters in different time periods doing different things, and somehow you're supposed to that's when things get confusing.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, that's my that's all I had to say. Anyway, that's my general gaming topic. Do you have any unpopular opinion you want to announce before we wrap things up? Slash hot take.
Um, no, not really.
All right. Um. I got nothing but I'm happy. Gaming is great. Um, like I mostly play old shit. Like my most played games on my Steam page are Puzzle Quest, Plants vs Zombies Game of the Year Edition, War Tales. The newest game I played is Tales of Iron 2: Whiskers of Winter.
Hmm.
Not really anything. Oh, this is amazing. It's like, oh, okay, it's the same shit over and over again. Anyway, yeah, I don't play graphically demanding game. I have a Dynamite gaming PC, which I'm in the process of getting. Uh, I'm getting it upgraded. I'm trying to get my hands on 2 terabyte NVMe SSDs or four terabyte NVMe SSDs because I have a card where you slot 4 in there, giving me between 8 to 16 terabytes of storage, and that'll be my new gaming PC. But I gotta actually get somebody to install the shit because I don't want to do it myself. Anyway, that's the end of the cast. Rate, comment, share, subscribe, play your games. Anything you want to pimp out before we wrap things up?
Uh, got music channel, Project Open Mic. Have a new song out? Check it out when you get a chance.
All right. This is Mr. Red Fox, owner proprietor of BS Busters. Once again, rate, comment, share, subscribe, play your games, etc., etc. Oh, and oh shit! Quick plug. The new teaser for Predator Badlands came out November 7th. For once, they're doing it from the viewpoint of the predator, a young juvenile predator whose clan was exterminated, who's trying to hunt and do some shit, along with a human, but I don't really give a fuck about the humans. So
Yeah.
that's going to be cool. Hopefully, it's going to be awesome. Plus, there's a Predator animated series where called Hunter of Killers, where the Predator hunts down soldiers and like warriors from different ages, like samurai and ninjas and fucking like World War II jocks and all that shit. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be on Hulu. What I'm saying is that there's some great television and movies coming out. I heard that Thunderbolts was amazing. Actually, Captain America: Brave New World was better than it had any business being. Fuck you, people who were like, "Oh, it's terrible." It's fucking amazing. Thunderbolts is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. July is going to be a great month. We got Fantastic Four coming out, Jurassic Park coming out, and most importantly, Superman. So July is going to be a great month. Anyway, that's the end of the cast. Rate, comment, share, subscribe, play your games. Peace. Good night. And that's it. I got nothing else to say. I got nothing. I got nothing, Steve. I ain't got shit. All right, we ended